So, you just spent $450 on a Nintendo Switch 2. You definitely want to protect it, right? We're going to be talking today about what the best case is and which one's going to be the best to fit your lifestyle to protect your new Nintendo Switch 2. Hey there, it's Mike from the future. I keep going back and forth. Before we begin today, I'd like to ask everybody to please subscribe if you haven't already. We're at 173. We're trying to get to 200 by the end of the month. If you could do that and like the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So I'm making this video for two reasons, actually. The first is obviously to inform you guys about what the best cases are going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2, but also for myself, because I have to make a decision. I've narrowed it down to two, and I need to decide which one I'm going to keep and which one I am going to return. Obviously, there are a ton of different cases on the market. You can go on to GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon. You're going to find a plethora of different options for cases for the Nintendo Switch. Which one is right for you? I think it depends a lot on your lifestyle. I'm going to show you guys which one I've been using for my OLED for a long time. This is one of my favorite cases. However, it's not perfect. But I'm going to show you real quick. This is by Waterfield. It's made of canvas. This canvas leather, and on the inside it's this really, really soft black felt material. It's really, really soft, and it's not going to damage the Switch in any way. It has a compartment in the front, so if you want to put your earbuds in there or a charging cable or something, you can do that. You wouldn't be able to put something like a charging brick in there. And if you put extra Joy-Cons, it would be way too big and bulky. So this is good if you're just going to have like the regular Switch. This is what I've been using for my OLED, and I also used it for my light, but it moved around a little bit in there. The worst thing about this case was that it's really soft. So if you're not going to be gentle with it, this isn't going to suit you very well. If you get it for a kid or something, this is not going to work. You want something that's going to have a little bit more heft to it. This is just way too soft. The other bad part about this is that it's really expensive. I think this was like $70 or $80, just because their material is really, really nice, but you pay for it. So the quality's there, but you pay for that quality. Waterfield is going to be making a Switch 2 case. I don't believe it's purchasable yet, but it'll be a lot like this. It's going to be made of a high quality material, and they have a really nice way of containing the games. This is the way that they do it. They have this leather plate almost. It's bendable, it's made out of leather, but it has slots for 10 games. And when I first got this, it was really, really hard to put the games in. But after you have it for a while, it works really nicely and they don't fall out or anything. It has just enough force to hold the game in there so it won't fall out. And those are really nice. Those are nice options. Because when you get a Switch 2 case, you want to think about the options for holding the games. How many games is it going to hold? Do you have all digital games? Or do you have actual game key cards or cartridges with the games on it? Those are all things to consider. So fast forward now to the Switch 2. We're looking at some of the different options for cases for the Switch 2. Obviously, the one that everybody's been going for and they've been sold out of everywhere is the official Nintendo Switch 2 case made by Nintendo. There's a couple reasons why I don't like this one. The main part is it's really overpriced. It's usually $39.99. It has two colored plastic pieces that you can use, and they're colored just like the Joy-Con for opening it. But it's not very protective. It's very, very soft, and if you hit it and knock it, there's a lot of give to it. And I don't want my $450 console sitting in a case where it has a lot of give. Obviously, my Waterfield one had some give, but I'm very gentle with my stuff. But for this one's even a little bit more pricey. I want to make sure that it's in something a little bit more hefty. It does have the ability to hold 6 games behind this netted mesh portion. But, I mean, you're going to want it to hold more than that for sure. So if you combine the high price, the flimsiness of it, not holding many games, I just feel like there are way better options for a Switch 2 case rather than the official one from Nintendo. So that set me off to research a bunch of different cases. I went through Amazon and a bunch of the other sites, and I found 2 that got really, really good reviews and looked like ones that I wanted to pursue a little bit. So the first one that I got this from Amazon. This is called the Tom Talk. There are a couple people on YouTube that were talking about this one. This one was $35, so I was a little bit skeptical of it because it's only $5 less than the official Nintendo one. There's a couple things that I really like about this one. I like how sturdy it is. It's really hard. I don't know if you can hear that. It's really hard. Like, obviously, in the middle, if you squish a little bit, there's a little bit of give to it. But look how thin this thing is. This thing is super thin. And I really like that. It has a really small profile when you put it in your bags. That's what I usually do. And it has these little bumps that come out over where the Joy-Cons would be. I really like that too. See, the actual like size and shape of this thing, I really like. I don't know if this is necessary. It has these little like indentations for where the sticks are and the buttons and the D-pad. Well, not D-pad, but you know what I mean? D-pad buttons. I don't know if that's necessary, but I guess maybe that's how they got it to be so thin. So that's really cool. I don't know. That's a small caveat to an otherwise really nicely shaped case. I do like this for the zippers. They have these. They almost look like sword, like cut off sword handles or something. They're really neat looking. I like those as well. What I don't like is this. This does not look manly. I don't know. I don't like this at all. This looks like a purse strap. I'm not a fan. I'm not feeling this. I don't know if I could swap it out. It doesn't look like you can, but I don't know. Not feeling the strap at all. So when you open it, there's obviously not a lot of room in here because it's so thin. It's very, very thin. And you see that it has this nice soft black felt on the inside, which is great. And it has those little spaces for the Joy-Cons right there. This one actually holds 12 games, which is nice. I put 12 in here already just to see if I like it, how much they stick out, if they fall out. They're not falling out. And then up here on the top, and you can see it in the light, it has this imprint of like diagonal lines, and then you can see the bumps for the directional pad buttons as well as the sticks. So it's a really low profile, really skinny case. The thing that I don't like about it the most, and this may not bother some people, but you see this like pillow in the top of it? It's got like this like skinny pillow at the top of where the Switch 2 goes. Yeah, there, you can see it really well right there. And I went online and I was looking at it and it said it was to like make sure that it protects your shoulder buttons, to make sure that the shoulder buttons don't touch the edge of the case. I'm like, seriously? I don't know. So to me, when you put it in here, you have all this extra space on the top left and the top right, and it does give some clearance for the shoulder buttons, but you have this like giant pillow at the top. It seriously looks like they like messed up and made the case too big, and they're like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, I know. Let's just put like a little pillow on the top and we'll tell people it's going to protect their shoulder buttons. I think it looks really lame. I don't know. I want my system to fit snug in there. So really, this is a pretty solid case. I really like how sturdy it is. I like how thin it is. I like the zippers. But I hate this. I hate the strap, and I hate the little mini pillow in here. But besides that, it's pretty solid. I don't know. The Tom Talk's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of like the yellow / greenish logo right here. I'm not sure if that goes really well with the gray, but overall, not a bad case. This next one's kind of like a no frills case. You just want it to get the job done, not be fancy. This is why I got this one. So this one's I actually got this from Best Buy. This is what the box looked like. It says Next. Looks like that. It says Go Travel Case for the Nintendo Switch 2. You'll notice it also says Nintendo Switch. I'll get to that in a second, why that's kind of an issue. But if you look at it, I really like the color. It has kind of like a black / gray finish to it. Looks kind of nice. I like that. It has nice black zippers that go around. And then, you guys know I like the little zipper things. This one is like an oval with that design. It's a nice sturdy plastic. I like it. And this one has a nice strap. But I like that strap heck of a lot better, for sure. This one's obviously a lot thicker. Look at that. Look how different that is. Especially in the middle here. It's like half of this. It's way thinner. So I do like that this one's way thinner, but this one is thicker. I know some people want their cases to have like the Switch 2 logo on it and stuff. I don't really want people knowing what's in my case. Like if I'm carrying this around, I don't want people like, hey, he's got a Switch 2 right there. Like, you know, Let's mug him. All right, just something simple. It has this little, like, just generic logo right here. But again, it's nice and sturdy. Nothing's going to happen to this. The corners are nice and sturdy too. And if you open it up, let's take a look on the inside. I actually think these stick out a little bit more, which makes it a little bit easier to read which game it is. And they won't come out at all. It's nice and sturdy. There's enough force to keep them in. And if you look on here, there's not really those big imprints that the other case had. It has little ones up here for the trigger buttons, but you don't have like the big space underneath the Joy-Cons like the other one did. This does have a strap so you can strap it in once the other thing's down. Once you put the Switch in, it looks just like that. The strap goes over it and secures it in there. And again, it's this nice soft black felt, which will be touching the screen so it won't scratch or anything. I like that a lot. And then up on top, you've got this little mesh netting up here where you can put Joy-Cons or extra controllers, cables, things like that. The other one didn't have space for that. So this one's really nice if you guys want to have like a charging bank, because this thing's battery ain't great. You put a charging bank up here, earbuds, whatever you guys want to do. This is really nice if you want to keep something up there as far as like an accessory for your Switch 2. So remember how the second case said that it would also work for the Switch? This is their elegant solution. They give these little pieces of styrofoam, just like the other one, to kind of fill in the gaps. That way you can store your regular Switch in here too, with like these foam things. I guess if you have both Switches and you want an easy way to use one case for both, this would be an elegant option for that. But I think most people that, had a Switch already have a Switch case, and you can't really sell those. I don't know, selling those doesn't really work too well. So if you want to get something like this, in case you have two Switch devices, this might be an option for you. Okay, so I'm putting in these little adapters that it came with, so that it'll also hold the regular Switch or the Switch OLED. These are actually Velcroed, which is kind of cool. It's still kind of a janky solution, but at least they put some thought into it and made them Velcro. The other thing that's nice about the next case from Best Buy is it's only $20. When you're considering that the Nintendo one's $40 and the TomTalk is $35, $20 is a pretty good price for those. Now, obviously, which Switch case is the best is going to depend on you and your lifestyle and how you're going to be using it, how rough you are with your stuff. I'm very gentle with my stuff, and my Switch is usually in my bag, which is right here. So it doesn't need to be super protective. But like I said, and since the Switch is $450 and the screen has been showing a lot of signs of early scratching from people, I did want to get something with a little bit more heft to it. So I don't know. There's pros and cons to both. I think for this one, I'm going to have to go with the next one. I just like how sturdy it is. I like how it looks. I like the handle. It holds enough games for me. This one holds 10. The other one held 12. But for me, when I go somewhere, I'm usually working on one game or two games. So I'm not going to need 12, game cards at one time. So I think this one's going to be the perfect one for me. Let me know about you guys. What kind of case are you looking for? Have you found any amazing options that you think are going to be good cases for you? Hey there, it's Mike from the future. I've been thinking about it all night, and the skinnier profile of the TomTalk has been calling to me. I don't know, even though I don't like the strap, and there's things about that I don't like, I think I'm going to go with the TomTalk. I keep going back and forth, but I wanted to jump in here as future Mike and let you know that I think I went back to the TomTalk. Thank you to all my subscribers. We're at 173, almost to 200. We could do it by the end of the month. Let's do it. Let's get to 200. Please subscribe and like the video. Please comment below. Let me know what cases you guys are looking at for the Switch 2. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Addiction.